Yamadumurang Yuanadi Matilda Harry. Baladu Radri, Gibia Malanya Ninya Badu Gilliang Radri Narambang. Good afternoon, Honourable Prime Minister Albanese, Ministers, Department Secretaries, CEO, Chairman, distinguished guests, and leaders in government, healthcare, education, business, transport, planning, research, and community. As Faith said, my name is Matilda. I'm a proud Wiradjuri woman with ancestral and spiritual connections to Goanna country, Gugar country, in Central West New South Wales. The language I spoke earlier is my language. It's Wiradjuri language, and I want to acknowledge that I'm still learning my language, but I speak it today with permission from my elders as a way to pay respects for my developing cultural knowledge and to those who continue to pass it on to us young ones. I'm a young Aboriginal Australian woman, a granddaughter, daughter, auntie, sister, partner. I'm also an educator, a writer, a PhD candidate, the best uni in the world, Western Sydney University, and excitingly, I'm a Gen West representative for the Western Sydney Leadership Dialogue. Today we meet on Darug country, Darug Noora. Now this is really special country to me because it was on this country that I was birthed and I continue to live, study and work. So I pay my utmost respects to Darug ancestors, peoples, lands and waterways. I acknowledge that Darug Noora is sovereign and unceded, and I express my sincerest gratitude to all elders, past, present and emerging, for allowing us all to continue our business and education on their land. I also acknowledge all mob in the room today and acknowledge your elders' courage and foresight. For tens of thousands of years, since the first sunrise in the dreaming, protocols for welcoming visitors to country have been part of Aboriginal cultures. Today I acknowledge country, noting that we can all acknowledge country, while a welcome to country can only be given by a traditional owner of the land. By having a welcome or an acknowledgement, it's a sign of respect, as it acknowledges and supports the continuing custodianships and connections to country that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have. Working across government, health, education, planning, transport and research, you guys would all know that there is so much to learn from those who have been innovating, teaching, healing and custodians of this country since time immemorial. So in Wiradjuri spirit, Prime Minister Albanese, I will later offer you a gift that I bought from home, a merengal, a red gum. Now red gums are often carved when they're young, when their bark is soft, and removed to make coolamans and canoes. Back home in community, these are often called ring trees, and they mark boundaries and line the banks of our beautiful Murrumbidgee River. Connections to trees are particularly important to my people as they transcend simple economics and sit at the centre of sacred. They're custodian in ceremony, birthing and burials. So I hope this merengal, from its roots to its branches, reminds you to dig deep and reach high when working with and for our communities to ensure better funding for social housing and tertiary education, the development of more job-generating infrastructure, and the championing of our communities' voices and rights. Today we'll hear your personal visions for our dynamic growth region, Greater Western Sydney. And the voices in this room are critical to the empowerment and prosperity of our communities. We'll also see the 2022 Pemulwuy Prize awarded to a leading citizen or group who has made an outstanding contribution to the region. And the Pemulwuy Prize is named in honour of a strong, fierce Bidjigal warrior and leader who led the resistance against Sydney colonists. So I'd like to wish all the nominees the best of luck. As I said, this room is filled with leaders and change makers and innovators in diverse sectors and industries. So I encourage you all to mingle, share your stories and make connections. I want to conclude my acknowledgement by sharing a Wiradjuri philosophy that my very wise elders have instilled in me. Yidiamara Yarmungari, which roughly translates from Wiradjuri to English to remind us all that it is all of our business to respect, value and care for country and community for generations to come. Mendengu Yenaglumai Dijurum, may my ancestors walk with you. Thank you.